Okay, this video tutorial is all about the mathematical strand of data representation and interpretation, and more specifically we're going to look at box plots. So the first thing you need to understand is, what is a box plot? Now, a box plot is just a visual representation of the 5-number summary. Now, the 5-number summary is what we've got here. Okay, it's involved the minimum or the minimum value, okay, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the maximum value. Now remember that the median is the middle term. Okay, middle term. The minimum obviously is the smallest value, the maximum is the largest value. Now the lower quartile is the median value of the lower half, and the upper quartile is the median value of the upper half. So if we look at our box plot down the bottom, we can see that we've got our median, which is our middle, okay, middle value. We've got our maximum, which is our largest, our minimum, which is our smallest, and the lower quartile, which is Q1, is actually the middle of the lower half. And the upper quartile, which is Q3, is the middle of the upper half. So now you may ask, well, how do we actually construct a box plot? The first thing we need to do is we need to find our 5-number summary. Alright, so you can see that I've actually got the 5 values here. Alright, and we need to work out what they are. We're going to use the first 11 games of this season for a basketball team. So we're looking at the first 11 games. These are the scores they got in the season. Alright, so I've put them in numerical order. It's really important that the first thing you do is put everything in numerical order, and then we can start filling in our values. So we know the minimum value is 77 because it's the lowest. We know the highest value is 120 because that's the highest, so that's the max. So straight away we can do that. We're looking at the middle value. Okay, if we count along, we know there's 11 games, so the middle value is going to be the 6th game, which gives us a value of 91. So 91 is in the middle. The lower quartile is the middle of the lower half. Now we don't include the median value, so we're actually looking at the middle of this value here. Now there's 5 numbers there, so the middle value is going to be 87. And for the upper quartile, we're looking at the middle of the upper half. We're looking at this area here, and we know the middle value is 98. So now we've got our 5 numbers of our 5-number summary. We can then put it onto a box plot. So using our results from the previous slide, we can see that we have our 5-number summary. All right, with our minimum of 77, our Q1 or lower quartile of 87, our median of 91, our Q3 or upper quartile of 98, and our max of 120. And we can use these 5 numbers to now construct our box plot. Okay, straight away we know we can put our minimum value and our maximum value on. Our maximum value in this case is 120, so we put a dot there. Our minimum value is 77, which is around about there. All right. Our median value is the middle line, remember, and that's going to be 91. So the median is going to be around about here. All right. Our lower quartile is 87, which is around about here. We're going to put a line. And our upper quartile is 98, which is around here. Now, if we join these together, and then we put in our lines all the way to our minimum and maximum value, you can see that we've actually constructed our box plot. And here we have our minimum value. At the other end, we've got our maximum value. In the middle, remember, we have our median. And here where the box begins, we have our Q1 value, which is our lower quartile. And here we have our Q3 value, where the box ends, which is our upper quartile. And there's our box plot. Okay, now you're going to have a go at some practice questions, and you're going to essentially try and read some information off of a box plot to identify your 5-number summary. So as stated, here's the practice question. Please feel free to pause the video and try and determine your 5-number summary from the above box plot. Okay, so let's see how you went. Well, straight away we know our minimum value is going to be a 2 because we know that this is our minimum. Our maximum value is probably easy to put on as well because that's the number at the end, which is a 9. Our median is the middle line, so median. So we know that that's going to be 6. Our lower quartile is Q1, which is in between the minimum and the median, which is a 4. And our upper quartile, which is Q3, is between the median and the max, which is a 7. And there's our answers.